Hey, welcome to Let's Make Miracles.
I'm Alex, and
I'm Jen.
we're working through the Course in Miracles over the course of an entire year.
Yeah. So last time we talked about lesson 1 very, very briefly, and it was basically nothing I see in this room means anything. Like I was saying before, miracles are not nearly as rare as what everybody has been making miracles out to be. They can happen every day. They can happen every second, every minute. It really depends on how you want to see it. And I really do think that these lessons from this workbook will really help you be able to kind of see that you can make miracles anytime and all the time.
Well, I think they are actually a guide to learning how to actually do miracles, but
okay, yeah,
that's to be seen. We haven't finished the book yet.
Exactly. I'm just a very, very noob beginner at this, and
but I have read a lot of people's experiences working through this book.
Yeah,
and it has changed a lot of people's lives.
Great. And I was talking to a few other people. I have a dear friend of mine whom we may try to get on here eventually, Grace. She's very sweet, and she really loves this book too. So maybe with a little coaxing and convincing, we can get her on. And
why would she go to a convention?
Convincing, sorry. Sorry, guys. With a little convincing, we can get her on. Hey, maybe this gets so big that we start doing a Let's Make Miracles convention, and, I'm not gonna put ourselves into this little cube when this can expand.
Or something.
Yeah, that might be great.
Probably not a convention.
I don't know, maybe somehow we host something with Abraham, or I don't know. I'm not gonna limit myself. Anything could happen. Miracles could happen.
Anything could happen, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so lesson number 2 is I have given everything I see in this room all the meaning that it has for me. Alex, if you will read from the book for me, I would appreciate it.
Sure thing.
Just read it.
Lesson 2. I've given everything I see in this room, or on this street, from this window, in this place, all the meaning that it has for me. The exercises with this idea are the same as those for the first one. Begin with the things that are near you and apply the idea to whatever your glance rests upon. Then increase the range outward. Turn your head so that you include whatever is on either side. If possible, turn around and apply the idea to what was behind you. Remain as indiscriminate as possible in selecting subjects for its application. Do not concentrate on anything in particular, and do not attempt to include everything you see in a given area, or you will introduce strain. Merely glance easily and fairly quickly around you, trying to avoid selection by size, brightness, color, material, or relative importance to you. Take the subjects simply as you see them. Try to apply the exercise with equal ease to a body or a button, a fly or a floor, an arm or an apple. The sole criterion for applying the idea to anything is merely that your eyes have lighted on it. Make no attempt to include anything in particular, but be sure that nothing is specifically excluded.
Great. So, if you'd like to give me your interpretation of this first.
I think this one's fairly straightforward. Anytime we look at something, we don't really see what we're looking at. We're seeing our memories and our thoughts and beliefs about whatever that object or person or cat is.
Cat.
And it's not really what it really is. It's just the meaning that we've assigned to it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that sometimes we've been told, like, especially me, I've been told to react certain ways sometimes to certain things. And I do remember that I was pulling up to work, and it was a very profound idea to me that I had the power to decide how I feel about certain things. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to be like, oh, how the majority of society is like, going to work. Mm-hmm. I could be like, going to work, or I can be like, yeah, going to work, or I can feel just completely neutral about going to work. Mm-hmm. I had the power, and there's just something really kind of amazing about that whole idea to me, because it was foreign to me until that second, and it was like kind of like a mind blown thing. So, if you could remember going back, or remembering how you first felt when this lesson popped up in your life, or this idea of this lesson, or if you can't, just how do you feel about this lesson?
I can't remember.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
I understand. 2007, 2006, was quite a while ago.
I'm coming at this with a bit more.
Yeah, so like we were saying before, you start to incorporate all of these lessons into yourself. It all starts to merge, which is really great, because it means that, it's working, but it definitely doesn't help you guys much when you've only been on lesson 1 and lesson 2, and, we're trying to cram all of these lessons in, and you understand. Okay, so
I do get what he's doing here, though. He's trying to break down, essentially, stop you from your habitual thinking.
Yeah.
And kind of get rid of all that.
Yeah, it's like a rewire.
And he's working on. I know he's building up to lesson 7 because I just read that. But it's and each of these lessons always builds up to the next one and the next one and the next one. But I think this one here, this one and the previous lesson are maybe the most important lessons in the book, because it's what he chose to do first. Mm-hmm. And focusing on the fact that we give the meaning that we see in anything, and it's not something inherent to what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Is a very, very deep and profound idea.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us on our Facebook group, Let's Meet Miracles, or on our Instagram pages at Zenfully Ever After and Heart Lotus Guru.
If you could give us a review in iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you listen to podcasts, that would really help us be more visible to more people.
Thanks.